Come. Sit. Okay. Welcome, darling. Please relax. I am not here to hurt you in any way, nor am I here to. My job is to listen and to help guide. Hence, I am called a guidance counselor. Darling, I'm here to guide you through the turbulent waters of life. But in order for me to do that effectively, I need you to calm down, to relax, to breathe, take a nice calming breath. I'm not a big fan of the term safe space. However, this is a safe space. The point of our little session today is for you to brainstorm. It is for you to be creative, to think outside of the box, darling. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? Are your goals something that are realistic? Is this something that is truly achievable? For example, there are things that you and I may want to do or achieve. Let me give you an example. Let us say, darling, that I wanted to play in the NBA. Now, there are many problems with this. First and foremost, I am not good at dunking a basketball. I know, when you are 5'2", dunking a basketball is a rather challenging endeavor. Even the great Muggsy Bogues, who was 5'7", but boy, what an athlete. That guy was wild to watch. Did you ever see him dunk on somebody? It was truly fascinating and also rather humiliating for the other player. Bit of a double whammy there. But anyway, I know for me, darling, I'm not going to be in the NBA, okay? What other things am I not going to do? I'm not going to be a roughneck on an oil derrick, darling. That is filthy, disgustingly hard work, and frankly, I would hate every moment of it. I have no desire to do that. I'm giving you examples of things. So, is there a career type or something that you aspire to do that you think would be fun? Did you know that these recently, the number one, from what I understand, the number one stated goal of many young folk these days is to be a YouTuber. Is that the case for you as well? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Interesting, good. Well, it sounds like you are setting relatively normal, healthy boundaries. Okay. And I'm happy to hear. Again, if you do not have an amazing voice, I do not recommend you try out for America's Got Talent. Do you know what I mean, darling? And another thing I sometimes hear, these young people, they'll say, well, I would like to be famous. I understand. There are perks that come with fame. I am often amused when you hear people say, well, being famous is not all it's cracked up to be. To which I would reply, then quit being famous. It is the same when I hear rich people say, well, money does not solve all your problems. I understand that. Then give up all your money. See, it doesn't work like that. So I understand what you mean. You would like to be... What I believe many people want are the accoutrements, the lifestyle attachments that they think come with certain ways of being. But let's do a little exercise, you and me. Okay, so Just relax, okay? You can look at me, you can close your eyes if you like. It doesn't matter, darling. Okay? Take a nice, deep, calming breath. Good, good, good. Relax your shoulders. Relax your chest and relax all the little muscles around your eyes and your ears. Relax all the little muscles in your jaw. And just focus on your breathing. Good. And now I do want you to close your eyes, darling. Go ahead and close them. And I want you to vision not who you will be, but what are the things in life that you desire? For example, do you wish to have a beautiful and powerful and fruitful relationship? Do you want to be married? Do you want to have a partner? There's no right or wrong answer, darling. When you look into your future, is a partner part of your vision? Okay. No right or wrong answer. Is having a family? Is having family part of your vision for the future? It may be, it may not be. Okay? But these are very important questions. Okay, good. What do you enjoy doing? Such as, it may be you enjoy playing video games, which is fine. Tuck that one away. Maybe you enjoy building things or being creative. Maybe you like working with your hands. Maybe you like woodworking or pottery or painting. Okay. Maybe you like building and tinkering with when you were a child, did you like playing with Legos and things like this? Okay. Notice the things you are drawn to. And you find yourself being a people person. So do you enjoy attention? No right or wrong answer. Some people enjoy attention. Traditionally, we might label these people as extroverts, but labeling can be a bit dangerous, darling. Labeling can be limiting. Okay. Do you prefer your own company? Maybe you like more solitude, more thoughtful reflection. So things like, perhaps like writing, creative writing, maybe. Have you considered things like journalism? Have you considered things where... But again, let's answer the question. Do you prefer to be more in your own thoughts, in your own world? Or do you prefer to bounce off ideas with other people? What do you like? Okay. I can very much see that for you. I can very much see that for you. Good. Good. And again, what's very, very important when we are thinking about these things is to be brutally honest with ourselves. To be brutally honest. And I understand that many young people would like to be YouTubers or famous in some way like that, influencer, if you will. I have a sneaking suspicion, however, that if you found yourself actually in the position of being a quote-unquote influencer, that it is not all it is cracked up to be. There's an old expression, the grass is always greener on the other side of the road. In other words, it is very easy when looking out at other people. We don't necessarily see their problems. All we see are the benefits of who they are, especially in the land of social media, darling. Oh, the amount fakeism and and pretending you have a certain type of a lifestyle when in fact it is all a house of cards. It is all smoke and mirrors, darling. It's very common. So the grass is always greener because when you are dealing with your own problem in your own life, you realize that much of life is the nitty-gritty, the work you have to do in order to achieve what you want for your own goals. And that's often not glamorous, darling. So, keeping that in mind, in the spirit of, the grass is always greener over there. They have it so good. Why not me? Not realizing the years of sacrifice and toil it took for that person to achieve the status. We all just want to immediately have the status without putting in the groundwork. I like using him. I could call him a friend and acquaintance of mine. His name is Mikerowe. You may have seen Mikerowe. He did a TV show on the Discovery Channel called Dirty Jobs. Well, before that, when he was a young man, he thought it would be amazing to be a carpenter and be able to build a house like his grandfather. His grandfather was a great craftsman, could build a house without blueprints. Now, if you've never built anything, you might not realize how incredibly complex that is. It's a big deal. But one thing he talked about is that it's important to pursue things that you are good at. Not just your passion dreams, but what are you actually good at doing? In Mike's case, in spite of really wishing he could be a great builder like his grandfather, he had no natural aptitude for the math and the construction. And instead, he ended up finding a career in the arts. In fact, there was a time in his life he was an opera singer. No. And he moves on, and eventually he starts doing like pitchman shows on like late night TV, like TV commercials. And he gets some moderate success doing these jobs, the infomercials, if you will. And somehow to this and that, he winds up on this Discovery Channel show called Dirty Jobs. He's working with people that clean out septic tanks, that pick up roadkill, that are construction workers, that work in the sewers. They are all the jobs that keep the world running, but they are not the glamorous jobs. And one thing that he noted is that oftentimes people had no idea that most of the guests on his show, if not with straight-up millionaires, were very, very successful small business people who had employees and multiple vehicles, multiple construction trucks, and they were quietly living very, very successful. And when I say successful, I'm only talking about the monetary, and that is by no measure the definition of success. It is one of many, many things to strive for. But they were very successful people. And they took very non-traditional path to get there. All of this is to say, think about deeper goals in your life. Think about things you enjoy doing, and then think about things that you are genuinely good at. So, another question. What do you think you are better at than, let's say, 70% of people? What is a skill that you have that you are better at than maybe 70% of people. And there's no wrong answers. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? Just breathe. Think about it. What are you good at? For example, what's something that I was good at that would be surprising or weird? Okay, this is a silly example, but I'm just saying this to break the ice and get things moving, darling. For example, if you didn't know, turns out I am very good at doing accents. I can mimic a lot of accents, and I'm better at it than many, many people. Okay, it's a party trick I can do. Now, is this useful in life? No, not necessarily. Unless I guess you're a specific type of voice actor or something, but even then, it's not a very specifically useful skill. But I happen to know that I am better at it than many other people. Is there anything like that that you are better at than many other people? I like that one. Fascinating. Okay. One thing that is true is that people, we derive a great deal of satisfaction from being good at something. And it turns out when we are good at something, we often start to enjoy it. And this can be very strange. We often find ourselves working in careers that did not begin where we started, but we found success because we were good at it, and by being good at it, it gave us a sense of accomplishment, a sense of achievement, a sense of ownership, a sense of pride. Yes? And that creates love. I've known people who are, let me give an example. Somebody that likes to be an accountant, okay? For me personally, I don't want to be an accountant. But there are some accountants who love their job. They love the numbers, they love the detail orientation of the work. They like how once you become a successful CPA, certified public accountant, you can make sort of your own hours in certain ways. You can work around tax season, but then you can take times and moments off. You can expand and contract the busyness of your schedule. I'm just saying as one possible example. You could do so many things, You enjoy, like what if you wanted to be a realtor? Maybe you have a passion for homes and houses or design. Maybe you have a passion for interior design, darling. And you realize the importance of feng shui and structure and color patterns and texture combinations. Because I do have a sneaking suspicion and hunch that we will become passionate about things we are genuinely good at. And if it's reinforced in a positive way, we can become passionate about something that maybe, I love the word esoteric. Do you know this word? Something is esoteric. It means it can be it's a narrow field of knowledge that may not be very useful to very much, but to a small subset of population or people or businesses, this is very, very important. But it's not very useful. Example, being a great chess player. Esoteric. It doesn't really do you much good to be a great chess player interesting knowledge, right? Many people can play chess, many people cannot play chess. And it's a neat bit of knowledge, but it's not necessarily incredibly useful. Okay? If you are good at, matching color pattern, if you are good with numbers, if you are good working with children, are you a patient person? Are you a caring person? Right? Do you enjoy maybe you enjoy teaching, maybe you enjoy showing how things work. Maybe you could be a great science teacher, and you could combine worlds. Like, what if you wanted to be a YouTuber, but you also wanted to do science projects? Maybe that could be a combination where you're blending two things. Now, I know I may be leaving you with more questions than answers, darling. And this is okay. Look at me. Breathe. You do not need necessarily to make any hard decisions right now. But I want to plant the seeds in your mind. I want you to plant these seeds and water them. What do you enjoy? What are you passionate about? But perhaps more importantly, what are you good at? What do you enjoy? And very, very important, you must be absolutely honest with yourself about what you don't enjoy. Not that with every career, there'll be parts of that career that are just the work. No matter what the career is, darling, part of it will, no matter what, come across as work. Now, I have probably left you more confused than when you sat down, darling. It's okay, it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. You are perfect, right as the way you are. And I'm just inviting you to question and start noodling around in your brain these ideas. Okay? Okay. I would love to talk to you again, maybe in 6 months. Maybe toward the end of graduation. And if we get to that step, maybe we'll see if we can point you in a firmer direction. Okay, darling. Go forth. Go be bold. Go be expressive, not impressive. Go be expressive. Who you want to be in the world, darling. Go be expressive. And don't hold back. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye, ciao. Ciao, bye-bye. Very bright young child. I'm hoping and rooting for